Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, we are continuing a Laravel 9 e-commerce series. So now guys, in this video, we are going to learn how to make a user profile. Okay. So guys, let's go on this drop down, and here if you click profile, just move to that URL called profile. So now guys, let's get started to build this user profile. So let's move to our editor and go to routes, that is web.php. Let's move there and just find your auth middleware in your route. So we have a auth. Inside this auth only we are going to create a route for profile. So route : using get method, just move to profile where we want to go to our controller. So let's create one user controller in the front end folder. Let me just comment this, open your terminal. Now guys, php artisan make : controller where inside front end folder / user controller. Okay, hit enter. Perfect, controller created successfully. Now you can close the terminal. So now guys, let me just copy from the above route. Let's copy here and paste in our route. Done. And now you can name this as user controller. Okay, so let's go and check that controller guys. Go to apps, http controller frontend your user controller. And now let's create one function with the name index. So index, let's remove this type and just return view function where you want to show inside front end folder. Go to your user folder at index or profile page. So let's create one profile blade.php file. So now guys, let's get back to our resource views front end. We have to create a user folder. Let's create one folder with the name user or users. Okay, so hit enter. Users, let me change the path here, and now you can get back to this user folder and create one file with the name profile blade.php. Hit enter. And now let us just design the user interface. So what we can do, let me go to this pages and just copy the design from any of one page. Let's move at the top. Let's copy this, extend layouts and all. So just copy it and paste, and let's end this complete div tags. And now you need to end the section. So at end section. Done guys. And now you can change the name of title as user profile. Okay, so let's get back to our user controller. And here you see that we have an index function. So you need to get back to your web.php and see that have you linked correctly. Okay, it's not linked. So let us link this, and index function calls the page. As simple guys. Now we can get back and refresh. Perfect. So guys, we have got this user profile, and now let's design the form. So it's as simple guys. We can use a card and card body. So guys, let me just design the form here. Okay, so now guys, let me just design the form and show you the output. Done. I have just pasted the card design over here guys. Let me just open and show you. So here you see this is a card, and this is a card header with user details or user profile. And then you move inside your card body with the form tag, action and method post, and here your form ends. And now guys, inside this form we have a row and all the input fields divided by column 6. Okay, so here you see column 6, and let me just show you the inputs: name, email, and then phone number, and then zip code or pin code. Here we are going to create, and then address, and a submit button over here to save the data. So when you click the save button, that time what happens, you go to your action. Let's create a route. So URL, which is going to be a profile, and you need to send the CSRF token. So guys, before submitting a data, we need to create the model and migration to save all this details like phone number, zip code, and address of the user. Okay, so guys, let's get started. Open your terminal and create the migration file first. So php artisan make colon migration where create user details table. Okay, hit enter. Created migration, done. Let me close the terminal and open the sidebar. Let's move to the database. Let me align everything. Go to database, migration, and at last you'll find your table. That is your create user details table. As simple. And now guys, let us write the column fields whatever we require. Let us get back to our Google Chrome. Let me see what are the inputs we have designed. Okay, so we have the user and email address in our user table, but we don't have phone number, zip code, and address. So we need to add those columns. So let's add the column $table of string where you will tell phone, then pin code, and then address. And address is going to be at least 500 characters. As simple guys. And now you need to give the relationship where we'll be using one-to-one relationship. Okay, so now guys, let me just get back, and I have written a post on this one-to-one relationship here. Okay, so link is provided in the description. Now guys, let's move below, and here you see we have a, instead of student ID, let's give user ID. We are getting the user ID, and we have to relate with the foreign key. So let's copy this. So whenever the user is deleted, this user details also should be deleted. Let me copy it and paste here. Done. And it's going to users table. Let's migrate this first and create the user detail model. So php artisan migrate, hit enter. Perfect. So migrating and migrated guys, all done. And now let's create the model. php artisan make colon model where we'll tell user detail. Okay, hit enter. So model created successfully, and now you can get back to your model. Let's move on app models. You'll find user detail.php. All set guys. And now let's tell the table name here, protected $table equal to inside single quotes use user details. And same way for the fillables, I mean column names, just use fillable, and here inside array format you are going to get all the names, I mean column names. So let us copy that. Let me just Control D and select for all, copy it and get back and paste here. Let's separate them by comma. Done guys. And here you need to add the user ID also, user underscore ID. Done guys. And now let's close this user detail and your table. Perfect. So let's move to the form. Add this. So when you submit, you are going to this URL with the method post. Now you can get back to web.php and continue. So user route : post method and add this profile. And now guys, you need to go to the same controller, that is user controller in front end folder. So let's move there and update user details. Okay, now we can copy this, get back to your user controller. Okay, we are missing this comma. Let's add that comma over here. Now we can get back to the user controller and create one function. So function, the function name is going to be user update user details. The type is going to be a request, I mean the input request. Create the variable user equal to your user model : find or fail function. Okay, so now guys, you can tell authenticated user ID. So first step, let's import the class. So app model user, and let's import this auth also. Perfect. Auth and user is imported. Now let us update the user update function, where you will tell in the user table first. Okay, so we are updating in the user table. So what you're going to update? So in the user table, we have only two records, that is username and email. So basically we are going to update only username. We have the column named as name here. Okay, so we are going to update only name. Let's get back. Just type in a single quote name and arrow function and get the request. So here you get your request, paste here dollar username or just name. Okay, so copy this username and go to your form. So here you have a name. Okay, let's paste this username over here so it will be more clear. And now guys, let me add that read only and also show the value by default. Okay, so if you're authenticated user, get the email. As simple. So same way guys, you can just paste for your name also. So by default you are going to get the name. All done. And now coming back to this phone number, here you don't have the value. So let's copy this phone, zip code and address. Let's get back to user controller. At here, let's copy this variable and paste here and go to your user detail function. Okay, not details, in detail function, and then update or create function of Laravel. And done. And now guys, here you see I have created one function. So what is this user detail? This is nothing but going to be a one-to-one relationship. Let's go to the user model first. Go to model and user.php and create a relationship. Let's move below. Here you create one function. The function name it's going to be user detail, and here return $this of hasOne function, where you will call your user detail : class foreign key. So foreign key is nothing but user_id and the primary key, that is id. All set. And now you need to import the model. So import class for this user detail, class imported. Let me just cut this and paste at top only, so it will be more clear. Okay, here is user details model. Done guys. Now you can copy this and get back. Done. And now guys, this function update or create is nothing but it will either create or update the data. As simple. Let's get back to your blog and move below. So here you see guys how we have written the code. Okay, let me copy this complete code. Let's get back and paste from here. Paste. Done guys. And now let's change the column name user ID. So what is this user ID? This is nothing but from your model. Okay, user detail model. Let me show you the user detail model. This is user ID, phone, pin code. We are going to paste here. Okay, so phone, then pin code, and then your address. Let's copy this and just paste here. Request of phone, request of pin code, and request of address. So make sure same requests are available in your profile blade.php. So let's move. Here you see phone, then it's pin code, and then address. As simple guys. Now you can get back to your user controller. So now you can just return, redirect back with the message. So let's give the message over here as user profile updated. Okay, and now guys, let's copy this message variable and go back to your profile blade.php and show the message over there. After your column 10 in a if condition, if and end if, use a session function to show the message here. Let's copy and add a p tag where you will tell this in a session of message and design this in a alert success. All set. And now guys, when you submit with the empty inputs, we have to do the validation also. So for that, let me just paste the code for error messages. Let's paste here. So now guys, you can get back to the user controller and do the validation. Let me just add the validation here. So first $request of validate function, open and close. Here you tell username, which is going to be a string, required, and then string, comma, copy and paste, done. And then you can show your phone number, phone, and it's required, it's a digit of 10, copy and paste. And here for pin code, let's copy this pin code, paste it, and it's going to be digit 6, and then address. So here we copy as string, and you can give max colon 499 or 500. Okay, and this is going to be a address. So let's copy and paste here. All set guys. And now let's check the code once guys over here. Okay, oops, here you see we have a student ID. It's not going to be a student ID, it's going to be a user ID. So what we can do, let's copy this user of ID. Okay, done. And now guys, let's save, and now let's refresh before saving it. So guys, I have opened the user details table over here, and this is the user table. So now guys, let's update this user profile. So let me make this to Ved Prakash only. Update the phone number. So random digit phone number, it should be only 10 digit, and here 6 digit, and this is going to be our address. So let me just add the address, and now let's save the data. Perfect. So user profile updated. Okay, now we can get back to the user table first. So here you see it's Ved Prakash N, right? Now if you browse, it should be only Ved Prakash. Cool. And now guys, you can get back to this user details. Let's browse here. Let's see what happens. Cool. Here you see user ID 1 and all the details has come. So guys, we have seen that it has created. And now guys, let's fetch this phone number, zip code, and address, okay, from this table. So you can get back to your editor, go to your profile, userblade.php. And so guys, let's move to the phone number. Perfect. So here we are. And now guys, let's view the phone number of your user details. So you can just use auth : user, authenticated user, and go to the relationship. Let's move to that user.php. Let's move and copy this user detail. Okay, let's copy that and paste here, user detail, and from that you are going to call the column field. Okay, that is phone. If data is there, show this, else you are going to show null. As simple guys. And now let's save this and let's get back, refresh. So here you see the phone number will be displayed. Perfect. Done guys. So same way you are going to show for your zip code. Let me paste here and tell what is the column field name. It's pin code. And same for your address. Let's copy this and just paste here, text area, and tell address. Done guys. And now we can refresh. Done guys. So guys, now we have seen that we have created the user, and now let me update this user detail. Okay, so let me update this with Prakash N, and let me keep all 555. Okay, and this is going to be done, and address is going to be like K, and now let's save the data. Let's see what happens now. It will create the record or update the record. Here you see user profile updated, and you see that. Let's refresh here. In the user details, you see that user ID is updated, it's not created. Okay, done. So guys, we have successfully seen that how to create the user profile detail and update the user profile detail in Laravel. Okay, so guys, now let's continue in next video with the new topic, that is change password. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like and share.